Hi darlings, so I just released a new digital pattern, and so I just want to go over some of the things that are included in the PDF. So when you purchase this digital pattern, you're going to get a PDF that will look something like what you see here on my screen. And if you're using Adobe as your reader, then it's pretty much going to look exactly like this. So when you open your PDF, you're going to have, of course, the cover, which has the style lines of the pattern, which is a jumpsuit with a slim leg and a cuff or a wide leg. So I'm just going to go over some of the things you're going to find. So on that first page, you're going to have a navigation, which is over here at the top. And then depending on what version of Adobe you have, they're clickable. So if you click on printing, for example, it'll take you exactly to that page, cut list, glossary, and so on and so forth. So we're going to go through the first couple of pages in order. So the very first one is your table of contents, of course, and then the second page is sizing, so you can pick whatever size you are, either bust, waist, or hips, and of course you should know that you can grade from either your bust to your hips depending on if you are larger at the hip or smaller at the waist or larger at the bust. And then of course we have your body, and then of course we have our fabric and trims. So this page will tell you exactly what you're supposed to be using. So I designed it for a stretch woven, so you can use a twill or a stretch denim or a stretch sateen would be really nice too. But you can use a non-stretch fabric. I have made this from a non-stretch woven in a plaid, which you guys probably already saw, and that did not have any stretch. So if you do it without a stretch fabric, just make sure that you account for that when you cut the size that you're cutting for your body. The next page is the printing page, so it tells you exactly how to print using Adobe Acrobat as your reader, and of course it tells you not to print with a scale, right? So you don't want to make it fit to page, you want to make sure that you are printing the actual size. And then here you're going to notice a page print chart. Now this tells you that for view A, which is the slim leg, you're going to print pages 15 through 60, which is where the pattern is actually contained. If you're doing the view B, which is the wide leg, then you're going to be printing a couple more pages and you're going to be printing 15 to 68. Then under taping, you're going to see exactly what it's supposed to look like once you have it all taped together. And I'm actually going to show you how to cut and tape your pattern together in the next step. Then you're going to see cut list and layout. So it tells you exactly what your pattern pieces are once everything is taped together. And then it shows you how to cut it out of your fabric. We have glossary and of course seam allowance. So unless otherwise indicated on your pattern piece or in your instructions, we're using 5/8 of an inch seam allowance. And then there's a sewing tutorial, so it's pretty basic how to put together the jumper. If you need a little bit more assistance, of course I'm doing a sew along video which you can follow along with, but you can put together this entire jumpsuit just following the instructions in the PDF. And then after the sewing tutorial, we have the tiled pattern. And so that is going to be pages 15 through 68, like I mentioned. And you're going to first print just the very first page. The reason I want you to do that is because I want you to make sure that you're printing without fitting it to the page and that you're printing the actual size. So if you print that first page, this little test square should measure 2 inches by 2 inches. If it does, then you're printing the correct size and you're good to go. Now we're going to cover how to cut and tape together our pattern. Okay, now that I've already showed you how to read the PDF and have gone through all of the details of the PDF, once you print your pattern, I'm going to show you really quickly how to trim off around the pattern pieces and how to tape it together. So one of the fastest ways that I found to do it is to grab a small stack, and using my ruler and my rotary cutter, I just trim off the tops and one of the sides. So this is the side to the right of me. And this goes a lot faster than trying to cut each single piece individually. Now once you trim off the top and the right side, then you're just going to tape them together, and they are all numbered. So the pattern starts at page 15, so I literally will overlay the pattern so that the A's meet and create a little circle. And then I want to make sure that I tape where the pattern is. So I'm going to tape there, and I'm going to tape here. Now I don't need to tape up here because there's no pattern there and there's no pattern printed. So I just want to make sure that I'm printing wherever my pattern lines up. And then I would take the next page and do the same thing. And so here you see the letter B. And so you just want to make sure that you pin there or tape there. And then we have C. So you're going to do the same thing. You're going to overlap. And you're going to pin where you see the C, and then you're going to pin where there's printed pattern is joining. Then you're going to move over and do D. I'm going to tape E. And you're going to keep going until you come back around and you'll notice that you have another set of A. So you're going to take the next one and you're going to match your A again. And once you have all of your A's together, it's going to form a little circle. And the same goes for B, C, D, and so on and so forth. And you're going to continue taping it the way you see me doing here. And once you have your complete pattern piece, you can choose whatever size you've either printed, or if you have printed the multi-size, you're going to highlight your line, whatever your size line is, and you're going to cut for your particular size.